just don't stop. I hate that manager. I hate that manager. I won't say that. And there was this thing called Joe Mama, and I named my page as Joe Mama. Okay, was I started as a memer. Okay, and I hate it. I hate the university part of education system.
Somebody wanted to dox us right now. We could be getting doxed, man. No one would know.
Hey there, guys. This is Ahan, one of the directors at Kevlar Studios, and I'm very proud to announce our first podcast episode featuring Jorito. This episode of the Kevlar show is going to be one of a long series where we will interview various designers about different topics. Today, Jorito is going to tell us a lot about UI UX. Also, his life story as a designer is quite interesting. So stay tuned to watch that. And yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And we do know we can increase our production quality over time. So do be patient with us. And yeah, let's roll the intro.
Kevlar Studios, where the magic flows. Creativity 16, 9 inspiration every time.
So, all right, people, ladies, gentlemen, and designers, welcome back to the Kevlar Show. And today we are starting with our official series where we get into knowing very famous designers, people who have been successful in paths you assume and you want to pursue. You assume them to be a career, and hopefully you'll get there. But it's always helpful to have someone leading the path to tell you what breadcrumbs to follow or what not to do. So, starting with that, introducing our first guest of the Kevlar show of this series, let us all welcome Rahul or Jorito.
Hi, Chenmay. Thank you so much for inviting me and myself, Rahul, also known as Jorito, and people call me Joe online. And I tell people a lot that call me Joe, please. I don't like Rahul. It's a very common name in India. So I'm a designer since 5 years in multiple fields. I'm a multidisciplinary UX designer. What does it mean? It means I've been working into 3D, 2D, and video editing, graphic designing, and my major role is UX designing, which is UX UI designer, a product designer. So yeah, that is all. And my relevant experience with the UX designing is of 3 years, and overall it is 5 years.
You have leave no stone unturned, and all of our listeners right now in this podcast are really happy because some of them really want to pursue one of those fields, and you have mastery in multiple of them. So you have stuff for everyone, to be
Yeah.
frank. And well, I'm going to ask you a question where you have to do something, and which is you have to sum up your life's journey in 3 words. So what would those 3 words be?
Uh, Actually, I never thought of it. And all I would say, the 3 words is uh, just don't stop.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Let
just
that sink
don't
in,
stop.
audience.
Because, even though I take guidance from people, from mentors, and by the way, I have very less mentors in my life. That's why, I'm doing a lot of stuffs. That is the reason. All the mentorship that I got is from YouTube. I'm a self-taught designer overall. So that is the thing. And yeah, so just don't stop. It means basically I do things based on my instincts. I just
Hmm.
left my job because my instincts told me that just yeah, it's not a fit for you, and you should start
Hmm.
doing your own thing. Do what you love. So it's a very different story of me quitting the job. I'll continue with the
Sure.
podcast.
Okay. So we'll roll back to that. But
Hmm.
something which everyone around here would be wondering is how did you come up with your nickname? I think that is a very special thing to each and every one of us. So, what is something that motivated you to have this nickname of Jorito?
Okay, so this is a really weird story, I would say. Okay, so back in okay, I've done a lot of stuff rather than design also. Okay, my journey started
Mhm.
with okay, I'll go back in 2016 when I was 16 years old. Okay,
Okay.
uh, I've done social media too, like a proper page, meme page. Okay, I started
Okay.
as a memer. Okay, I'll tell you a
Mhm.
whole journey. Okay, I was a memer and I just wanted to earn some money. That's it. Okay, and
Yeah.
my page was I had personal branding, not like RVCJ, like posting different stuff or reposting different stuff. It was not like that.
Right.
I had like a personal branding type of stuff, and I had my own
Mhm.
DP, like a profile picture and stuff. I used to come live and interact with people. I didn't know what I am doing at that time, and it was
Mhm.
a part of personal branding that I know right now. Okay, and I was
Oh,
just
okay.
having fun, and I wanted to earn some like few bucks. That's it, like for
Mhm.
my expenses, college expenses, and stuff. So Gajodhar Singh Kul, meme chat apps founder.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I used to work with him, and my page used to get interaction of like 16,000 likes around per post. It was
Uh-huh.
that peak of a time. At that time, Instagram was very different. It was post centric thing, right?
Mm.
And I didn't know what I was doing, and I was earning like 3,000 or 4,000 a month, which was enough for me at that time. I bought my first headphones with that, and that was
Oh.
I still remember it was Boat headphones. Like it cost like 850 rupees, and I bought my first guitar with that. I really love music.
Oh.
That's a different thing,
Mhm.
and yeah, and after that in 20 when I was around 2019, when I got a drop year in my IT first year, because I
Mhm.
failed like 5 subjects and I got a drop year. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Okay, I'll tell you why. That's where I started uh, doing this thing. I didn't have a good laptop, and I started
Mhm.
with mobile video editing. There was this app. It is still there, which is called forgot the name. Alight Motion. Yeah, Alight Motion. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this app is really good. Like it exports a really good quality of anime music videos or whatever you edit, like that AMVs and stuff. And I started with it, AMVs and stuff.
Mhm.
Then I started editing memes again, but not like generic ones, but video
Okay.
editing memes, which
Okay. So
slide.
wines. A bit like
Yeah,
wines. Mhm.
but like no wines. It was not me. It was basically you know uh, dark type of memes. It was a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do, and I actually opened a new Instagram account to post that. And that
Mhm.
time I was following international memes, and there was this thing called Joe Mama. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There was this thing called Joe Mama, and I named my page as Joe Mama. Okay,
Okay.
and by the year by the year passed,
Mhm.
that was irrelevant. That meme was irrelevant, and I wanted to change my name because everyone was calling me Joe, and it's a different side. They were asking me a lot, "Who's Joe Mama? Who's Joe Mama?" That's a so yeah, I wanted to change my name, but surrounded with Joe. And I had
Mm.
at that time um, I made a community, okay,
Mhm.
with people who are starting out as a digital artist and AMV people, basically, okay, mobile
Okay.
editors. And
Mhm.
we were sitting on Discord, and I was frustrated that I want a new username. I don't want that extra underscore or dot in my
Mhm.
username. I don't like it. So just to avoid that, we set for an hour, and we were spamming Discord names. I was not doing that. I was just watching. They were just spamming the names, whatever they are getting in the Reddit.
Okay. Mhm.
One was saying Joe Taro and stuff, and eventually
Hmm.
someone just dropped Jorito, and that was
Hmm.
something different. And I was like, yeah, this one, we'll pick that.
I I choose you.
I choose you. Yeah,
Okay. So now that all of us know each other a bit more,
yeah.
so this is a very trending question and a question which is close to my heart because I've argued in this like over this topic in multiple languages. Okay.
Okay,
So to
that's
a
good.
whole different set of people. But I want to know about this from someone like you. Okay, you're going to have the one of the best insights I'm going to get for this question, and it is going to be very interesting even for our audiences. All right. So, what is your opinion on the skill-based learning platforms like Coursera, Udemy, or even YouTube versus the traditional education which we have in our schools, colleges, and unis? So, what do you think about that?
They are very different in their own place. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, okay, a school. First of all, my question is, what do you mean by school and uni? You are saying collectively the education system.
Yes, that would be a better question. Yes,
Yeah.
collectively the whole entire education
S-
system.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the education system first. There are pros and cons for both sides, right?
Hmm.
And our education system is now changing
Hmm.
slowly. That's a good thing. They're changing. They are non being, biased to the British side of history and stuff. That is a different thing. I
Yeah.
will like to debate, and I love that. So yeah. So the thing is, they actually try to educate us in different basic things that a person should know, right?
Hmm.
From the starting
Correct.
age when we are 5, right, till we are
Hmm.
around 14 or 15 years, right? Then we are something like we are strong in some subject. Let's say I was strong with English and science, right?
Hmm.
Then you choose that what you are interested in, and what it is, you already have it just that what is this subject about, and I can proceed with the career further
Yeah.
with that, right? And that is a good thing with the schooling part, although they should um, educate about more about basic things that a person should know, like a child should know
Right.
from like the age of 10 to 15, which is the
Hmm.
reading salary slip, or maybe some text kind of thing, because I still don't know how to read some papers. I still don't know. I struggle with that. I have to pull out my chat GPT, and I talk a lot. I talk a lot with chat GPT. I talk a lot. That's a different thing. I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is a good part of the education system. And with the
Hmm.
university thing, I'll talk about this, and I hate it. I hate the university part of education system. I'll tell you, they are very biased. If you pay a lot of money, basically the good colleges, they are very biased. Okay, you are okay, slowly in India, there are like dedicated colleges for design also, because I
Yeah.
just went like 2 months back to a design college where I
Hmm.
still cannot afford to take admission, and where I
Hmm.
was invited to see students work and give them the feedback. That was like a thing for me. That was special for me. But yeah, so that costed like that 4 years of course in that design university, that cost like 32 lakhs, right?
Damn,
Almost, yeah,
32.
32 lakhs. And pretty big people are there over
Hmm.
on that college. You know Anik Jain?
No.
He's a very famous logo designer, and on Instagram also. He's a bit famous. Okay, and
Okay.
it was his final exam. It was it
Oh.
was not my luck that I didn't met him. But yeah,
Hmm.
so coming to the topic, so it is very biased to the certain amount of privilege that you are,
Yeah, privilege.
yeah,
True.
you are paying. When you are paying a lot of money, that type of education you are getting, which is not fair in my opinion, right?
Hmm.
People like me struggle a lot. I didn't know. People like me struggle a lot. I went to a college where they still use that emulator, that blue colored emulator to teach that C language,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And I know that is just bullshit, right? That is just bullshit. And I was employed in my second year. I was already employed, and when you are employed as a professional already in your college, right? That is a different attitude that you have. I'll tell you this. That is a different attitude you have, because you can't hang out with anyone, right? You can't hang out
Hmm.
with anyone. It is not. It does not suit you. So basically, when you enter to the university, I won't tell anything to the school. They are good in their place, and it is evolving around with the time.
Mhm.
So I'll say to the university, the amount of money that the student pays, it should not be biased. It should depend. The fee should depend upon um, the facilities you provide, which is the
Right.
premises
Right.
or the classrooms or the let's say you provide a XR type of education. You can, of
Hmm.
course, you can just charge a lot, like charge a lot of fees for with that students. That's fine. That's fine. But give at least a level of education which should be relevant in the next 5 to 8 years.
Yes.
It should
True.
not be like you are living like behind 20 years and you are still using that blue colored emulator to teaching C. That is just
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned you talk a lot with AI, and the next question is based on that, but it is framed a bit differently. So I want you to give an elaborate answer.
Mhm.
How has AI disrupted this field, your field, and what is your opinion on that? And what are the things which AI is very far from achieving?
First of all, it didn't disrupted our field. It
Okay.
didn't. Okay, people are just making chaos of it. Okay, so okay, some beginners are just bad with prompts. Okay, some beginners are just bad with prompts. They talk shit
Yeah.
about AI on social media, and some are just freaked out without even using AI. Oh, my job will go. That's it. My job will be gone. I'm not doing anything. I'm supposed to just sleep, I guess. So people are doing like that. There are very different opinion with AI, and I use AI a lot recently with my design. And
Mhm.
yeah, I'll tell you one story. 1 week uh, back, I created some 3D icons.
Mhm.
Basically, our client, which was not satisfied with the icons that our 3D designer was making.
Mhm.
Okay, she was basically not satisfied with it. So she gave us a reference, which is a Revolute website. It is
Okay.
a very good website, banking type of a website, and
Mm-hmm.
she's a very big client. Okay, so we were
Mm-hmm.
worried, and then we thought, what if we make it with AI with less time, and the deadline
Mm-hmm.
basically we took AI and um, because of the less time we had, right? The deadline was literally EOD, and we had to make those 3D icons. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I made the 3D icons guiding Chat GPT. Okay, I'm not a prompter,
Okay.
I'm not a prompt engineer, but I know how to create prompts. Okay,
Yeah.
so I told ChatGPT exact thing. I gave ChatGPT the image, the reference that
Mm-hmm.
she gave me. Okay, on the chat,
Uh-huh.
I told ChatGPT that please give me that exact style of this um, 3D icons in prompt, but use these colors, these brand colors that we have with our
Mm-hmm.
brand website. Okay,
Okay.
so I took the prompts, okay, and I took it to the FreePic AI generator. It is really good. Okay, I took it
Okay.
to that and I generated 3D icons. My manager was shocked. Okay, he was like, "How did you do that? Please teach us. Please teach us." I mean, you guys are dumb. I don't know. I hate that manager. I hate that manager. I won't say that. And that is a story also. I hate that manager.
Would you like to talk about it?
I
It's like
would
what are the
like to
things you
talk
read
about
about?
it. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
story. It's a story
Mm-hmm.
of whole of this corporate agency thing. Yeah. So with the AI thing, you need to learn AI to make your design a bit faster, bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
You should you play with it. It is fun
Okay.
using AI. And I'm very lazy to make designs now. I just prompt most of the things, and it gives me pretty good results. And where I have to think, I will think and
Mm.
tell ChatGPT. I will think and tell the AI that you have to do this. And that's where
Right.
we humans come, we designers come.
Mm.
ChatGPT and AI cannot think with empathy.
Right.
They cannot.
Right.
Okay. So be good with your uh, design thinking, design
Mm.
solution that you are giving. Just think of it. Keep on thinking with whatever problem you have. Seek a mentor, mentor advice. So that will help you to guide Chat GPT or AI tools. Think Chat GPT
Mm.
as your intern, as your personal intern. That's what I do.
Mm.
I actually teach Chat GPT or other AI tools like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like this. I
Okay.
guide each and every step. That's why I get good results. That's how you should
So,
play with Chat GPT and other AI tools.
so did you buy ChatGPT 4?
No, it's from my company.
Ah.
So I
Okay.
I leverage that and learn that as quickly as
Mm.
possible. I leverage that, and
Okay.
I'm going to buy that because I'm going to be a freelancer now. So I'm going to
Mm.
buy that. It's really
And
worth the money. 2,000 rupees is nothing for what it gives.
mm, the value.
Yeah.
If you had three tips about AI, any three random tips about AI, which our designers who are listening to this podcast would have as their holy grails, what would those three tips be?
First of all, research on your AI tools, what you have to work on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there are a lot of gurus on Instagram that are recommending 10 of tools daily on daily basis. And people get confused that what I have to use.
Mm.
So do your own research with your AI tools, try them and do and take that AI tool, use that AI tool on your personal preference, because
Mm-hmm.
it also depends on the personal preference. I've heard this with this new it's not new, but it's a better version of ChatGPT in terms of documents and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is Perplexed. It is a very good AI,
Okay.
but I still
Mm.
prefer ChatGPT because I feel good using that, and it is really easy for me to use. Right, the
Okay.
UI is very familiar to me now, and I've been used to it. That's why I'm using ChatGPT over it. That is the reason.
Okay.
So use that tool, use any tool according to your research and your preference, first of all, and
Mm-hmm.
to your specific tasks. Don't use only one tool to do
Okay.
multiple tasks. Keep different tools for different tasks because they specialize in every way. That is my first
All
tip.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have more, or should we move to the next question?
Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, I can talk about it.
Okay.
So first of all, you the second thing. First of all, you have
Mm-hmm.
to feed a lot to AI. Think
Yeah.
of it as a 2-year-old baby that you have to, nurture and
Yeah.
make it a gentleman or a really good professional, right?
Mm.
So which can basically help you with your tasks. So
Right.
feed exactly what you need with that
Mm-hmm.
AI tool, the output what you need with that AI tool, and give every context, even the emotional context that
Okay.
the client is bit, angry right now or something like that. You can literally, yeah, just give any context, every context. It is very
Mm-hmm.
important to, get the output that you want, right?
Right.
Because you know that what is the situation is happening, that ChatGPT doesn't know, that AI tool is
Yeah.
unaware of it. That's why talk a lot and feed that tool. And what I did, I have a personal chat, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
I use that chat to create my scripts. I use that chat to get what should I do further. I
Mm-hmm.
actually told that chat in the chat GPT
Mm-hmm.
about me, everything, every single thing about my
Okay.
life. Yeah, I told ChatGPT, and it is a different type of controversial thing, that how you can tell everything about you to ChatGPT, every single thing,
Mm.
right? Even your
Right.
personal life things, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
told that chat everything. But it helps me to get all the output that I want
Mm-hmm.
as a person, that I would take as a, it helps me as a mentor also at the same time. That's why I did that. And I don't care. I'm selfish. I don't care if the ChatGPT service is getting everything about me. And because internet is like that. You talk about eating food, you will get a Swiggy ad. You think you are
Yeah.
safe. You think you are safe. I'm intentionally doing that. I don't care. I know I'm
I
exploited
mean,
already, like with
yeah.
the internet. Yeah. So
If somebody wanted to dox us right now, we could be getting doxed, man. No one would know.
Whoa, what's going on here? Sorry to interrupt your viewing experience, guys, but if you are liking the podcast and are interested in joining our community to learn more about various design fields, including UI, UX, graphics, design, video editing, etc., we would like to avail tons of free educational materials and resources. Join our Discord server. The link is in the description, or discord.gg at Kevlar Studios. And thanks. You guys can get back to your podcast and get back to practicing.
All right. So, well, you just told us all about the cutting edge technology and how it works in your field and what it means to you as a mentor, as an intern, everything. You make, I think, the more a very different use of AI than most of us. But let me take you back to your old days, the days where you started learning your skills and then you were at a point that you could monetize those skills. So I want to ask you that how did you start monetizing your skills at the initial level?
yeah. So as I talked about that page, that video editing thing, right? I started with the
Mm-hmm.
AMP editing and the meme editing and stuff, right? So I started for free. Like that's a mistake. Like everyone have to start for free in some point of stage. Everyone have to. So I started for free. I made, because I was good with the light motion, with the effects I was creating, the unique effects. So I actually made a free rap video kind of thing. That was visualizer. It was some very underground rapper, a Brazilian rapper.
Okay.
I don't know the name. I don't remember the song also. But I made that. That was
Okay.
the first thing that I did initially.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was learning that, I was connecting with people. I was going to YouTube. I was searching for people who are playing games. I wanted to uh, monetize my skills basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I interacted with people on YouTube who were live streaming with they were basically small creators with 4,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers. So I used to interact with them on the chats. Not directly I went and,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you want an editor or something like that. I didn't do that. I made friends first. Okay. So
Okay.
one day I actually talked to that guy. He was this Valorant streamer. Okay, so he
Mm-hmm.
wanted some montage, and by that time, uh, I upgraded my office laptop. I had an office laptop. I upgraded my office
Okay.
laptop to extra GB of RAM and SSD and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
learned my After Effects. I learned my After Effects in just 10 days. After Effects
Oh,
and Premiere
okay.
Pro. Yeah, I was just hungry that at that time. I was just hungry. That is
Mm-hmm.
the thing. So I made my first montage that was pretty good, and I was learning Blender also in that office laptop, and I always managed to render somehow on that laptop,
Mm-hmm.
because I used to just open my laptop to do some 15 seconds of render for like 48 hours or 36 hours. I just kept it like to render some
Oh
of
my
my
God.
files. Yeah, I was just hungry at that time. So yeah, because I had no mentor and I didn't know what to do, right? I was
Okay.
seeking I was seeking advice, because and people have this attitude.
Mm-hmm.
People have this attitude. They don't talk about
Yeah.
giving advices and stuff. So I didn't get that. And yeah, so after that, I was good with 3D, and I was not good with freelancing. Okay, I did some gigs
Okay.
with video editing, and I set for a year. Yeah, small
Mm-hmm.
small gigs, and I set for a year. I used to just get my pocket money. That's it. And
Okay.
by that time, I was good with Blender, 2D art, and video editing and sort of things. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
because of my connection, I got my first ever job in a startup as a designer. uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it was located in it is located in USA. Okay.
Okay.
And it was a pretty breakthrough. It was the happiest time. It is the happiest time of my life
Mm.
that I got that job somehow. I don't know how, but I got that job. I was just lucky about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was the question? Monetize. Okay. Sorry. I forgot
Monetizing.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So first of all, build your connections. Okay. Talk to
Mm.
small creators. Talk to small creators. And if you are a UX designer, if you are a UI UX designer, talk to small businesses. Okay. Talk
Mm-hmm.
to real estate people. Just a second. Okay. Talk to real estate people because they need brochures, they need websites to launch their
Mm.
projects. Okay. There is there are lack of designers in that field specifically. You know, you
Right.
can excel in that. You can just go to some consultant office, for the real estate consultant office in your area, and you can talk that I can give you this service and I can do one
Mm.
brochure for free, something that like that, and you can just monetize your work like that. At least you can get your
Right.
pocket money in the start.
Mhm.
And real estate is the best for connections, because that guy is sitting with a lot of people every day.
True. Yeah.
That guy is sitting with a lot of people every day, and might well, he or she can recommend you to any of her
Mm.
clients, right? It's a very big
True.
potential. So talk to people, show what you do, and
Mhm.
post everywhere your work, and talk about
Mhm.
the process. Don't just post your results. Talk about the process, that how you did that,
Mhm.
what tools you used, and what was the problem, and how you came up with the solution. And if there is no problem or solution, it's a personal project, it's fine, you can talk about the process. So that is all.
Mhm.
Yeah. And recently, I'm getting my leads, like I'm getting calls as for a freelance project from my Behance.
Uh-huh.
I never expected that, right? I
Mhm.
expected that I'll get it from my Instagram, because I made like 6,000 followers in like 2 months. Like uh,
Oh, amazing.
I made 6,000 followers in just 2 months, by giving tips and tricks of UX UI design and sharing the resources.
Okay.
So I thought I'll get the leads initially from here, but whenever I get a call, I thought, is it from my Instagram? Is it? So they call it. I saw your project on Behance. It is a
Mhm.
really good one. Vagara vagara. Okay, it is a
Okay.
really good one. So you can post everywhere. Post everywhere. Don't just leave any platform. And Twitter is the best place. I, as a designer, I made a mistake. I didn't use Twitter a lot at my earlier stage.
Mhm.
Twitter is the best way to connect with the professionals, because they are active on that platform. Twitter and LinkedIn. I never used
Okay.
that at my initial stage. Right. So use that platforms. Those are like privilege if you use it well.
Okay.
Those are like
Okay.
privilege. Yeah, more than money.
Well, you just said that there are some people who do not like giving advice, but I and we, all of us designers, are really grateful that we have people like you, because of whom we can know what to do and especially what not to do. So we are really happy to have you here, man. And we talked about a lot of serious stuff, but let me take you back to something a bit more fun. First of all, you told us that initially you were a memer. So I would like to know what was your favorite meme to make memes on, or the category of memes.
uh it was at that time, this Twitter memes were like on
Mhm.
trending. Twitter memes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I love to do that as as an Instagram memer or something like that, you can call. When I was 16, 17 years old, it was a very generic,
Uh-huh.
generic humor at that time. Was a very normy kind
Right.
of thing, right? So
Okay.
yeah, I used to love to make on those templates that are like cat templates, or Spider-Man template, or something like that,
Okay.
and making
Hmm.
memes like friend one said that, friend two said that. Yeah,
Good old days, man. I used to love
good
memes
old
like that.
days.
And yeah. But okay, now I have another question which is related to your field. So you work on absolutely nearly everything, right? So
Yeah.
what is your favorite thing to do in this field?
In design, not talking
Hmm.
about UX. Okay, in design,
Okay.
as
Hmm.
a uh, I would say what I love to do is 3D. And
Okay.
the reason I don't want to pursue a career in this, because there are a lot of complexities in 3D when you go
Okay.
on advanced level, and I didn't want it to go on that level.
Hmm.
So I actually found out that pays well. UX pays well, so you should go with UX. And I like to do this making interfaces for
Mm-hmm.
website and stuff. Right. I learned while I was having my first startup job. Right. We started with designing on Photoshop the interfaces because we didn't know Figma was there. Then initially after 1 or 2 months we
Mm-hmm.
saw that, oh, Figma is there, we can design on Figma. So we learned that, like with designers on that team.
Okay. And now I wanted to ask you, which is something very relatable to our listeners, about the software specifically, and then in life in general. I want two answers from you. What is the most frustrating thing that you feel in this field?
Frustrating thing is the solution that it is very situational. I'll tell you a situational thing,
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
it depends on the organization and the company that you work with,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they give deadlines according to their business, right? So yeah, I have worked into very chill environment, which was startup where I was working, and I
Mm-hmm.
just worked uh, uh, in a very corporate agency that handled like huge clients like Coca-Cola and Axis Bank.
Great.
I led Axis Bank's projects basically.
Oh.
This last month, yeah, it was online travel agency, by the way. And
Mm-hmm.
that was chaos. That was chaos. I made a lot of mistakes too. That was chaos. And I'll tell genuinely, I made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And yeah, so the tools which I use, which every one use, basically is Figma as a UX designer, UI
Mm,
UX designer. We don't use any other tools.
right.
I use Freepik, I use ChatGPT, I use Figma.
Mm,
So these are the tools I basically jumble upon
okay.
continuously.
So, yeah. Uh, Continuing with the throwback era, I want you to tell me something. Well, not me, to be honest. Tell yourself something to your younger self. Go back in time, and you can tell us the year you want to go back to, and tell that version of yourself something which you always wanted to.
Okay, so it is. I would not say anything to my younger self, because the mistakes I made, uh, the mistakes I made were important
Mm.
to where I'm standing right now. So I would not um, tell anything to my younger self. I will say, yeah, you go on, do whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, that is an amazing answer. So this is the first time I've heard it, and I am absolutely blown. Well, I think we all went through a huge change in 2020, 2021. So I wanted to ask you to describe three phases of your life. So 2019, 2018, that's one phase. 2020, 2021, 2022 is one phase. And then I want you to describe your life right now. So how was the transition? I mean, we all experienced various different things. So what was it like with you?
Okay. So 2019 to 2020. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned a lot of skills at that time. Uh, I I became proficient with the 3D, and I landed my first startup job. It was like amazing phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I had a drop year, I was giving exams. It was the best phase of my life because I was experiencing something that I never experienced.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the best phase. And that was also the At the other side, that was also the worst phase because of my personal
Mhm.
life, but it was really great. And one more thing that I never mentioned, I'll mention now. I had a YouTube channel, a gaming YouTube channel, right?
Oh,
Yeah, a kid friendly gaming channel. I used to play Minecraft. I
okay.
used to stream it, and I eventually got like a million views on my channel overall.
Oh,
Yeah,
can
and
we know the name
5,000
of the channel?
subscribers. Jorito, it was Jorito itself.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
the videos are archived now. Okay, it is not
Oh,
available.
ah,
Videos are
okay.
archived, but I loved making videos. I always loved creating content, and
Mhm.
I'm back to it. I can't just, you know, just stop this thing. I got
Yeah.
to know this till now. Even if I'm so, matured now, I'll just say this, that I can't stop making content. It
Okay.
makes me depressed if I don't. That's the thing. So I used to do the YouTube thing. I used to do live streams with that office laptop itself.
Mhm.
That was chaos. Like it it was not able to. That laptop is such a lucky laptop. It is still
Mm.
there with me. It is such a lucky laptop. It was it is a HP laptop. It is a lucky laptop because I learned everything on that laptop. I learned
Oh.
everything. Even my brother learned video editing on that laptop. So it is a lucky laptop. Even my
Mm.
brother's friends is going to learn graphic design with that laptop. So that is
That has a
something
legacy, entire
that is
legacy, man.
yeah, and that laptop is like 8 9 years old. It doesn't have a battery. You have to plug it in, and that works. It still runs really
Man.
good with Photoshop and
Mm.
editing stuffs. It is good. So what was your question? I forgot. Yeah,
So
the phases.
we
The
got,
phases. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
phases, yeah.
So 2019, 2020 was a good year. 2021, 2022, uh, it was like pandemic, right?
Yeah.
21 till 21, it was pandemic. 22, that was
22,
pandemic.
yeah, 22, half of 22.
Yeah, yeah. So it was pandemic. It was great. It was going great. I was in a startup. I was enjoying. I was doing just 4 5 hours of work daily. It was really chill. That the CEO, by the bhaiya that I have, I call him bhaiya, Rohan bhaiya.
Okay.
He personally helped me a lot. I learned business. I learned um, a little bit about finances, how company works.
Mm.
Even he's learning. He was learning, and
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot. And we partnered with 100 brands during that phase. We partnered with 100 brands. I made 4 products during that year. I was in a senior position
Okay.
in 2023. By the year
Mm-hmm.
2023, 2022, 2023, I was in a senior product designer position. I made 4 products
Mm-hmm.
already, uh, redesigning their existing website and uh, an e-commerce platform uh,
Mm-hmm.
where we sell luxury products. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
um, we partnered with brands like Gucci and big
Oh,
brands, huge brands. We partnered with them to sell their products online, like resell,
damn.
kind of a resell. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of our products basically fetches. By the way, 2 of the products, they have different
Mm-hmm.
domain. One is for shoes. One is for bags. Okay, luxury bags.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
what they both do is basically fetch the best prices from all the available platforms in the world,
Oh.
right, and give it at the same page, same product page. And
Mm-hmm.
if it is available or not. If it is available, you can just click on it and go to their websites. It is basically, we work as a third party, but we make life easier for the user.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that
Okay.
is
So before we proceed to the next phase, I wanted to ask something. Have you designed something that we all see in daily life, but we do not know that you were behind it? So do we have some products that you have designed that all of us just roam around without noticing? But in the
no,
end,
no,
that
no,
was so okay.
no. We
We
don't
hope to
have
see some
something like
soon,
that.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess actually there are two two products that that is basically going to launch. That is live also. Soon,
Oh,
people are going to browse that, and I will be behind that.
okay.
Those are
So
very
are
good
we getting a
products.
sneak peek? Do we hear something about it, or is it confidential right now?
It's not confidential. One is launched already. So it is a product called Narayana One Health. So
Okay.
is what is the problem they are solving in India is basically the health insurances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we actually get scammed a lot in this health insurances in India specifically. And what
Mm-hmm.
in abroad they do is they pay their health expenses by their health insurance, right?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
their life is easier by the health insurance because health fees is really, you know, high in any terms, right?
Yeah.
People
True.
can afford it usually. So they are making that easier in India by giving a small subscription type of thing. You can
Mm-hmm.
subscribe for like 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, and you get overall support of health and operation and stuff. Right, whenever you need in
Okay.
your life, you have to pay a monthly fee. So it works something like that, and it is already launched, Narayana One Health. So you can search those.
Okay.
It is just launched, so the development team is still fixing the bugs. So
Okay.
yeah,
And now the phase which we are in right now, what you would like to say about that?
uh, I learned a lot in this phase life, about life and the hectic work. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you a context, which was my work, which I left, and like, the thing is, it depends. It is very situational.
Mm-hmm.
I won't blame any agency or any corporate for it. It is the people that in the higher management, right?
Okay.
So people are very lucky when they get good managers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get a manager who doesn't know anything, who doesn't know about what is going on in the technology and what is even going on in the project itself, so it is a
Okay.
chaos, right? And which basically blames you for everything, and
Yeah.
sometimes be unprofessional.
Okay.
So so I learned that you don't have to take things on yourself. You can't be demotivated with this type of people if they say
Mm-hmm.
something, right? And
Yeah.
that was a big lesson for me. And i I found mentors in the face of friends. Everyone in that company is like really amazing. Okay, like,
Okay.
um, I had a really good circle, but
Mm.
the workload basically, the the work environment for basically kind
Mm.
of toxic hours. Like, you have to, if, like, suppose I'm working 9 to 5, okay,
Mm-hmm.
the usually I will come to home extending like 3 4 hours, for 5 hours sometimes. Okay,
Ah.
sometimes, yeah. So it is just toxic. Like, I can't even eat properly or something like that. So in
Right.
week it used to happen like 2 3 days, 4 days sometimes. And yeah, so basically, where I was, in that agency. Everyone was
Mm-hmm.
told, even the CEOs, like best. The co-founders were best. Okay, I had a
Right.
chance to work with the co-founder, one of the co-founders. She's literally best. Okay, in
Mm.
guidance and teaching something. She will teach you without letting you know that she actually taught you something.
Mm-hmm.
So she's best, and yeah. So there are some people in organization, and maybe the management of the organization is not good. You are very lucky if you get good management with the organization, and also a good manager in your team.
Mm.
So I learned life lessons in this 6 months, and actually I ruined my relationships generally, um, while having this hectic hours. So I learned that what I should prioritize, and I'm still working on it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it is a bit uh, I don't know. It is a bit personal, but can I ask
yeah.
you, like, what was the reaction from your family and friends when you described all of your situations to them, like various different situations in your life? So
As
how
in what is happening currently?
have they been supportive, or how was their reactions to your life events?
uh, from the first job that I got from there.
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Or
Okay,
even when you're learning or in colleges that time.
okay. So it's a long story. So my for the first job, my dad said it is a scam. They won't pay
Okay.
you and all. And my mom supported me always when I was learning also.
Mm-hmm.
She supported me every time. Even she didn't know what I was doing. She believed in me always. She's believing me. Even I left
Hmm.
the job. She's believing me that I will figure out something. I'll do something.
Okay.
Yes. So that is the thing. My mom always supported me. My friends are proud of me always.
Mm-hmm.
My friends are proud of me always because I'm the one. Of course, I'm the one who is in the highest professional designation right now, and has the highest salary also. So that is the thing. So it is not like that also, but personally they support me
Mm-hmm.
well with
Mm-hmm.
like our friendship is not like that. We work all the time. We actually do nonsense shit, and we support yeah, we support each other. We made some memories that you won't even imagine that what we have done. Yeah, so like I have very few friends. I have very few friends, two or three,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So I have made uh, really good memories. We meet sometimes, like in few months or maybe in few weeks. We
Mm-hmm.
usually meet and chill, hang out. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone in my life has been very supportive to me, and I'm really thankful for it. And one thing that I regret, that sometime in frustration or maybe in
Mm.
workload, I neglect them. So I'm sorry for it. So yeah.
Okay. So you've talked a lot about, your skill sets and the way you've applied them in your life. But
Yeah.
if and you have also talked about the process, which is
Mhm.
more important than the end goal in the context of developing yourself. So, what are the two or three skills or two or three qualities which are in you that you would give the most credit to, which help you develop all these skills and be the man you are today?
Uh, One skill that has its own pros and cons, which is revenge.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the revenge, I was hungry. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
I was hungry in revenge. Second, I wanted to make money badly, right? That's why I wanted to stand on my feet like as soon as possible,
Hmm.
right? That has a lot of cons. That has a lot of cons if you are doing with these two intentions. You're learning with these
Hmm.
two intentions. But I'm giving these two things really big credit to learn all of these skills. I used to sit 16 hours a day, 16 to 17, sometimes 18.
Um,
Yeah, to learn everything. I completed a web development course in just 10 days. So, like, just by sitting
okay.
16, 17 hours a day. So, I wanted to just learn and earn out of it. But don't make that mistake.
Hmm.
You should learn to, um, you know, um, just learn. First, learn what you are doing. Then you will get
Hmm.
monetized eventually when your work is good,
Okay.
right? That's what happened to me also when my work got good and when I got lucky, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I got monetized with my skills. So yeah, I will. And what I use, the very best thing that I did always for learning every each and every skill is I
Mm-hmm.
had a motive. I had a motive for not only money but the output that I'm going to create with the skill, which is
Mm.
the final product. I want to create
Right.
this certain type of design. I like that
Mm-hmm.
design. Okay. I like that web design. I want to make something like that. So, what skills does it require? I'll go on
Mm.
YouTube and search for the course and I'll learn from it and make that output. So, this is the biggest
Mm-hmm.
thing that I would give, the credit for. I always enjoyed the output. I wanted that output as ASAP. That's the reason
Mm.
I used to sit a lot.
So can you tell us about your schedule of a day in those times? Like, how did your day look like?
It was chaotic. It was chaotic. I used to sleep. I don't know when. I used to sleep like 3, 4, 5. I used to sit with my Discord friends and used to work. We used to do that.
Mm.
Someone is playing games. Someone is just ranting about his life, and someone is learning something, and someone is doing his job. And yeah, I was
Mm.
learning with my friends. I used to sit with them and used to, because it feels good that someone is there with you, and you know
Mm.
your time passes by. You actually, it will help you to learn also. And when I used to feel okay, that is too much, they are talking too much, I used to just deafen and listen to my tutorials and yeah, do my stuff.
Mhm. Amazing. I just love that you're being so real right now. It's like just know that there's no filter, And
Yeah.
this is what's important because people just keep talking about no, it was my perseverance, it was my consistency. Nah, man, you're just so real with it, and that just makes everything just connect with you. You're just not giving people motivation, but you're just telling them what has happened with you. So I mean, even sometimes I am motivated by revenge, but seeing what you have done, given it a positive twist, and using it as fuel, that's just amazing, man. So I have a few parting questions with you. Can you share a concrete example of your thought process during a project? So if you're making something, so what is the start point? What is like? How do you plan? How do you plan for execution, and after execution, how does it flow ahead? Like a very concrete example out of which the designers can learn.
Okay. So first of all, I make mistakes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just kidding. So first of all,
No,
we
those
get
are
a brief.
important, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, we actually get brief each and every idea of what the client wants
Mhm.
and what the client's audience wants. Okay, so
Mm.
we actually research on it. We actually go through the competitors first, that what they are providing, what they are lacking, and stuff
Mm.
like that. right? And we actually, go through the card sorting process. We actually take interviews
Mhm.
if it is needed. We take interviews. This last organization that I used to work with, they were not following the design process. I hate that. They were not following the design process. They just wanted to get that work done. That's how it works in
Mm.
very big agencies. So yeah, in startup I used to follow these processes, which a little bit of these processes. And in the personal project, I love to follow this processes step by step. It helps a lot.
Mhm.
I In my personal projects, I have, you know I love doing that because the processes help me in further steps, right?
Mhm.
When I have the objective, when I have the idea, I go with the research, market research, research with the competitive things, indirect
Mhm.
competitors or direct competitors, what they are doing, what they are lacking. So we note that down.
Mhm.
We actually run a survey to ask them questions and get the feedback, get the words that they have said. We take interviews of different age groups of that. Product user base, basically, right?
Okay.
There's some
Mhm.
range. Suppose, let's say, the average user base, which is going to use that application, can be from 18 to 35 years, right? So
Mhm.
um, mm, we will pick like 7 to 8 people from
Mhm.
like 18, 22, 26, 30, 32,
Mhm.
just like that, right? And we ask them some direct and indirect questions related to what they are struggling with, what they are finding as a solution, right? Are they
Mhm.
finding the solution in the market, right? Just
Mhm.
in case if I have missed, if my team has missed on something, they will actually, as a user, tell us that they are getting a solution like this, right? So
Yeah.
that can be a breakthrough for us. So yeah, after that we do card sorting. We actually then hop on with the information architecture, the architecture of basically that's how, like, what if I have to make a building? I will first sketch it out. So that is what information architecture is. So
Mhm.
information architecture is basically the structure of your app, right?
Right.
It is not wireframes. It is architecture that a navbar is
Okay.
going to have these four options, right?
Mhm.
So this is information architecture. After that, we make user flows, right? That for the
Mhm.
certain task that the user is going to buy this product. So how the user's journey is going to be in each situation. If
Right.
he's logged in, she is logged in, or is he or she is going to sign up. So we
Right.
have to make a user flow for it so that we don't miss any inconvenience between that flow.
Mhm.
And after that we jump into wireframes, and we then prototype those wireframes. Then we do user testing. That okay, client will test, user will test, one or two user will test that app or website. And if
Mhm.
what we want is happening, then that is
Mhm.
a successful wireframe. Then we move forward with the feedbacks that what we have to improve, right? Maybe the user
Mhm.
flow can be improved. Then we move forward to the visual design. That's where in my experience, I have made visual design and design system at the same time, like side by side. It happens like that,
Okay.
in my
Okay.
experience, in my POV. So yeah, we actually do that, following the brand guidelines that we got from the graphic designer or the brand designer. And yeah, then we move forward when everything is done with each. And what we do, we actually segregate the if the app or website is huge, we segregate the user flows, we segregate the
Mhm.
flows. Okay, so we will make first model, then we will make second model. And for each and every model, first, when I'm completed with the first model, I'll ask for feedbacks with clients, right?
Okay.
What is the one thing that you are not liking, or what can be changed, right? That we
Mhm.
do for each and every model. Then after that, we actually complete that and test it with the client again and the user,
Mm-hmm.
right, from whom we have interviewed. And yeah, then we actually fix the issues, the small issues, the gapping or spacing if we are missing that. And then we
Right.
actually hand off the designs with the design system to the developers, and that part actually doesn't end up like we actually work more after that. When we hand off, we
Okay.
have to guide, we have to sometimes front end developers cries a lot. Okay, we can't make
Okay.
that, we can't make this animations, we have to
Mm.
fix that issue also, that it is not possible, this is not possible.
Mm.
And we have to actually provide them the assets that we have used in a specific compressed way that will help in the website to load the website faster.
Okay.
And we sit with the QA team also. We sit with the QA team,
Mm-hmm.
quality assurance. So
Mm-hmm.
the site is loading fast, or maybe some bugs are there. We have to sit with them also.
Right.
In my experience, I'm saying, yeah. So we have to sit with them also, and we have to fix the bugs. So not we have to fix the bugs. We have to say that this is the bug, and that's how it works.
Mm. It's a very long process,
Yeah,
but a rewarding one.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. So this is my last question for you. What would you like to say to the audience who is listening to you right now? So what are the tips and tricks you would like to give to them?
Okay, so tips and tricks. So if you are going to pursue a freelance journey, either have a mentor
Mm-hmm.
or start a job for at least 1 or 2 years, so that you can
Okay.
know what is the process that they follow, right? And just get a
Mm-hmm.
sneak peek of what actually they charge, so you can
Mm-hmm.
actually charge according to what is happening in market, what are the market standards, right? If you want to
Right.
be freelancer, first go get a job, like for in a startup, like maybe I would not recommend a startup. Just search for agency. Okay, it will be hectic, but
Okay.
you will learn a lot, and your portfolio will be huge, right, to show the
Mm-hmm.
clients further in your freelance journey. So yeah, you have to start with a job, preferably
Mm-hmm.
agency, for maybe a year or 2 years. um, Depends on you. And if you are actually want to be a UX professional, UX designer, like follow a certain as a design field, please
Mm-hmm.
please please search for different type of categories. Okay, search your
Okay.
interest. Okay, with if you are really good with app designing or web designing, this is the very generic one, app and web design.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is going into that because um, people are just not exploring. So there are a lot of categories like AR, like which is going to be the future, AR, VR, XR, right, which is going to be the
Mm-hmm.
future. You can design for cars, I'm not talking about the car design, I'm talking about the interfaces that car actually have,
Yeah.
like the display,
Mm-hmm.
right? They have special designers too. So explore your potential, what interests you. Don't make that generic Swiggy clone and like Nike concept thing and ask
Yeah.
for the recruiter, oh, I'm not getting a job, why the UX UI field is so saturated now, this that. So it doesn't work like that. Please try to solve a problem. People can see that you are, if you are a good designer, or you are just replicating
Mm.
some screens as a graphic designer, right? So it
Right.
works like that. If you are solving a problem, you are a UI UX designer and a product designer too. This is a different topic that people call a lot of names to this: UI UX designer, experiential designer, experience designer, UX designer. A lot of names we have in this thing. So yeah. So don't mind that. Learn how to solve a problem, and there are really good YouTube free resources that you can get, and you can get the Coursera Google UX certificate by enrolling it for 6 months. Right, for 6 months you can learn the UX course. And one thing that I would like to give you as an advice, that if you want to be a really good into aesthetics UI design, uh, along with UX, right? Sometimes people are good with UX, right? They are not good with UI, with the aesthetics. So what you have to do is replicate one screen of your favorite app daily. By the time, like
Mm.
4 or 5 months, just do that. Take a break if you want. Take a break, like weekends. You can take a weekend break, right?
Mhm.
Within 2 weeks. It doesn't require like 4 or 5 months. Within 2 weeks, you will be like professional with the UI design, right? You will
Mm.
actually be able to see the spacing and stuff. If the icons are too big, if the icons are too small. People come
Mhm.
to me on the TMs to review their portfolios. I try to give them the time if I have the time, or I don't read the message, so I don't disappoint them. But I
Mhm.
try to do that thing. And what I see in their portfolio, either the final designs or either a lot of text. So don't do that.
Mm.
Don't do both of that. Think that a recruiter or a senior designer is also a human, right?
Mm.
He cannot or she cannot read a lot of text that you have documented. You have Chat GPT or does stuff like that, right? So
Right.
don't do that. If you have a lot of info, talk to Chat GPT, right? Talk to Chat
Mm.
GPT. Tell Chat GPT to summarize it and make it into pointers. So in a very
Right.
simple English language, so that a recruiter or a client can read your actual UX, design process.
Mhm.
If you're following a design process, that should be visible, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like, most of the time I have a lot of um like text. I see a lot of text in the case study. I just swipe it.
Mhm.
Just go back and say, there's a lot of text, you need to improve on that. I can't read a lot of text. And with the second side, the people who just um, output the final screens and just put it into Behance. If you
Mhm.
want to a UI UX designer, a product designer, a problem solving one, not just a UI designer, please just put your design process also. That
Right.
actually connects to the first one. Please
Mm.
actually put your design process,
Mhm.
and write what you have learned and what could be the potential
Okay.
of this app in the future, even if it is a
Mm.
concept one. Because i I'll tell you, my portfolio has only personal projects. It doesn't have real projects. Still I get uh, you know good comments on that it is a really good
Mhm.
project. I love the solution that you have did with the YouTube app, redesigning this YouTube app or something like that. So
Mhm.
I'm lazy with the portfolio. I'll make it. I'm promising myself I'll make it. I have to make a lot of case studies. Yeah, so do that. And even if the final screens are not ready, design process is very important. Even if you are in the
Okay.
stage of wireframes, just document it wisely
Mhm.
and put it into your documentation.
Right.
Right? People will see that.
Okay. Okay. So the last thing, I want you, of course, we're going to have you back over here and gain more insights from your life, more information about what you have done in this short while, accomplishing, tremendous feats. But till we see you again, I want you to give a task to our designers. Now, it might be a long-term task or a daily task or a weekly task, anything you want, but something to keep them engaged, really. So, what would that be?
Okay. So a design thing is, so first of all, learn that what you are going to do, that what field you are going to follow. Just don't replicate some screens for your portfolio or for the sake of job. Design
Mhm.
is something that you should love, right? It
Right.
should not be your, next milestone, that you have to get a FANG job, right?
Mm.
This should not be your motive, that you have to get a
Right.
FANG job. I don't want a FANG job, like, but I want to create something innovative and different. So think
Right.
of something like that, that you have to solve a problem. The reason I left this job, because I was not feeling innovative and something different. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I can do that on freelance if I'm picking the project that I want, right? So see around you that what problem you are also facing, or your family is facing, or
Mm-hmm.
what you can solve with the app or website. If you can solve with a app and website, go get it. Go start your survey, go start your interviews, and make your first app and web based on that problem.
Mm-hmm.
So go get started with that. Search for the solution around. You can search the problem anywhere. Sorry, I meant the problem. You can search the
Mm-hmm.
problem anywhere, even while you are traveling in metro. Please don't use these earphones all the time to listening music, right? You can
Mm.
actually hear the problems that people are ranting about in a metro, or in the
Yeah.
train you are traveling in, right? I have
Mm.
you know listened to a lot of problems. I have listened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you can fix potentially a lot of problems, and you can just research on it if the market has already that
Mm-hmm.
solution, right? So
Right.
try to you know give the design solution to that problem if you can,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, be a good UI designer just by replicating a single screen daily. That's my best advice
Yeah.
I would give if you want to be good at UI designing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
So, man, Jorito, I'm really, really blown away right now. So, only in this 1.5 hour, I've learned so much. And though I might not do this as my main career, but the level of insights you've just given all of us right now, they're just, you know, above whatever we could have utilized this hour for. And the only thing which we need to do is just know what you've told us, understand it, and then follow in your footsteps or do something entirely of your own. But you have been a mentor for each and every single one of us. If our people listening to this podcast wanted to contact you somehow, how can they do that?
Okay, you can visit to my Instagram, and my Instagram has every links to my Twitter, to my even you can book a session with me, one-on-one call, if you want some review on your portfolio. So I have my top
Mhm.
mate also. So you can get every link on my Instagram, which is Jorito, Joeerito. That's it.
Okay, amazing, man. So, sadly, I wanted to know more stories about you, but we have to save them in store for the next time you come here. It has been amazing, and we just love this podcast. Well, people listening to this right now, if you have made it to the end in a single sitting or listening to it in the entire week while you're traveling or anything, we will be right back with one more of such inspirational legends from this field. Well, till then, have a great night, day, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Signing off. Thank you so much.